All right, cool. We'll go ahead and get this going, y'all. If this is your first time joining us, my name's Perry Jeffries, President and CEO of Diamond Equity Advisors, coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. We are a financial advisory and business consulting firm in Columbus, Ohio, with clients across the country, actually across the globe these days. And we're just jumping in here for our daily coronavirus survival kit series. This is episode 2. Last episode, we kind of discussed and gave some advice on how to kind of navigate this particular space and try to get yourself calm. And today's topic, we're going to talk about creating a budget during a crisis. So before we get started, this segment of the coronavirus survival kit series is brought to us by Cafe Wake Fern today. So I'm shouting out all businesses every episode because we realize that they're in a tough way right now. Not just everybody across the board, but also to a lot of the entrepreneurs who make their living, working for themselves. So big shout out to Cafe Wake Fern, home dog boarding and daycare. For those that know, that's my baby sis with her business. And then we'll jump right in here to it, y'all. So first, received some kind of disheartening news today where there's some friends and college teammates of mine and fraternity brothers of mine who are now starting to find individuals who are being diagnosed with the virus that they know personally. So now this is starting to hit home. So I realize this is hitting home for everybody. And one of the things that we discussed earlier in the last segment was, trying to stay calm for your family, for your loved ones, but understanding that we're all going through this together. So we look at this thing and we consider the silver lining. Some of the silver linings that may be coming from a crisis is that when you're in a crisis and money is running out or money is not coming in, this is an opportune time to create a budget. And I know it sounds kind of crazy because people are freaking out and whatnot. But after you extract the emotion out the equation, this is the perfect time to create a budget. And there's some benefits to kind of creating a budget during this time because you get crystal clear. And looking at my notes right here on kind of what you need and what you want. We even starting to see it in our household. We were upstairs in the kitchen cooking yesterday, and one of the twins spilled something and pulled out like 4 or 5, paper towels. And my wife was like, "Whoa, one paper towel. Paper towels are expensive," and it had me kind of cracking up because prior to this we weren't having that conversation, but now with trying to travel and get out the house and being quarantined and things of that nature, everything is top of mind. Not just top of mind on how much it costs fiscally, the financial costs, but also too the opportunity costs to go out and travel and try to deal with all of that madness. So with that being said, y'all, this has been kind of really, really interesting. So in a time like this, you get crystal clear on what your needs and your wants are. And everybody's heard that needs versus wants. Well, during a crisis, it goes to another level. That need now is next level of need is what's a necessity. Like what is necessary for you to have. And let me kind of give you an example. So I own a business and I have some staff, and somebody may say, well, if you're a business owner, you need to have an office. And I know a lot of business owners like, I need to have an office, I need to have an office. And based upon some guidelines and whatnot, maybe you do need to have a freestanding building outside of your home. But this is what we find out here recently, is that the office is not a need. The office may be a need, but it's not a necessity, right? So, yeah, I need to have an office, but it's not a necessity because obviously I'm working from home. And shoot, this is I think I have 4 or 5 different appointments a day, and I'm not going to leave this spot in my basement. So, when you're going through a crisis, you're going to get crystal clear on what's a need and what's a necessity. So you have wants, needs, and necessities. And you're going to be able to build a budget right now off of that necessity, which is really a godsend and a silver lining, because now you're going to be able to be in a position where you can actually go out and start to build wealth after we get past this. Because a lot of times people ask me, well, Perry, what do I need to invest in, and what do I need to do, and what do I need to do with my business? And ultimately it all comes down to knowing your numbers. Knowing your numbers. The foundation of building wealth is based upon your budget. And most people don't take the time to look at their budget. So there's no way they can actually create any type of sustainable wealth because they've never taken care of the most foundational thing that you need to take care of. Well, guess what? When you don't have no money coming in, I bet your ass is looking at that budget right now, because when there's no revenue coming in, you get a certain awareness around what is going out, and you're getting crystal clear on what's a want, what's a need, and what's a necessity. Okay, so here are some long-term benefits from it. One, creating the budget. So the budget that you create during this crisis is going to be your core budget, right? Is going to be your core budget. Anything above and beyond that necessity is going to fall into the need and want piece. But for the budget that you create right now, you're going to find out what your necessities are. Then from there, you have your needs, and then you have your wants, right? Well, when you get that budget dialed in as far as with respects to what your necessities are, you can then build on top of that. And granted, that may not happen here for the next couple months because we're all just, in survival mode, and keep our head above waters and stay positive and whatnot. But take this time for what it is. In this time frame, during this time, this is when you get crystal clear on what you actually need. Okay, look at my notes right here. This is going to be hard for some because mentally you've told yourself that there's some shit that you have to pay for. And whether you've been paying it for it for years or for months or for weeks or for days, you've told yourself, man, this is something I have to pay for, something that I need. Where you're going to find out here really quickly if that's a need or a necessity. Okay. Now, when you start to cut things out, this is where you're going to need some accountability. You're going to need some support from your spouse or your community or your friends, because there's going to be some things that you're going to have to let go. There's going to be some apps that you've been paying for, or some subscriptions you've been paying for that you thought you needed. You're going to find out that you actually don't. You're going to find out, like, I have an app right now, it's charging me $99 a month, and it's like, oh, that's not much, $99 a month. I'll get to that app and use that to make some money down the road. Well, guess what? Now I realize that I don't need that app. That app is not a necessity. That app is on its way out the door, because my necessities are feeding my family, keeping a roof over their head, and the necessities that we need to be able to function as a household. That's what's a necessity. That damn app that was charging me $99 a month, that prior to this was like, oh no, not a big deal, is now a huge deal, because now that $99 can buy groceries and buy things that my family need. So take this time, y'all, to dial in and get your budget together, because this crisis budget is actually going to be your wealth creation budget moving forward. Because when you know exactly what your necessities are, then you can plan on investing. Then you know how much revenue your business needs to generate for you to be able to cover your necessities. Like, it's forcing us to do something that we've been so lazy and we procrastinate on doing it. But you're going to do it now, because shit is real and it's hit the fan. So that's my just quick noon talk for you today, as far as our coronavirus survival kit series. So episode 2, creating a budget during a crisis. That budget that you create during this crisis is going to be the budget to help you create wealth in the future. Hey, go to perryjeffries.com /links for some of our free resources. We have access to a bunch of YouTube videos where you can go and get some information during your downtime. We have absolutely free trainings and things of that nature. And any way we can help and support you guys, you let us know. We'll be here every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. That's my commitment to you guys. I'm going to try to hold true to that. And we're just here to help out. But the takeaway again, and share this with your friends: the budget you create during this crisis is going to be the budget to help you create wealth after the crisis. All right, y'all. Perry Jeffries, be sure to share the love and appreciate y'all joining me, y'all. Peace. End video.